Do they make a Diana Ross costume in Kim's size?
But you know what? If they do, let's pray it's spandex.
This was another highly requested episode for me to cover. As I said before, Moesha loved to play in Kim's face, and she loved to make comments about her weight. By this point in the series, Kim was feeling good about herself, had a boo named Michael who adored her. She was in her prime, and Moesha, Niecy, and even Hakeem couldn't take it. It was a mess to see. While watching this episode, you know I had my thoughts. But before we get to that, it's time to recap. So let's get into it. This episode served as the series' Halloween-themed episode. I miss when series used to have themed episodes for the different holidays. They were always so much fun. But anyway, this episode starts off at the Mitchell home. Hakeem tries to prank the family with this getup, but it falls flat. He then tries to prank Kim as she comes in, but she wasn't fazed. Neither was her boo, Michael. They were more focused on showing off Michael's new car. Around this time, Kim was completely over Hakeem, but Hakeem still thought she was hung up on him for some reason. It's funny how Nikki and Professor Ogilvy's relationship mimicked this in the Parkers. Later on, Moesha calls Niecy to confirm if she bought her Patti LaBelle costume, since her, Niecy, and Kim are planning to be the Divas of Soul for Halloween. Moesha plans to be Tina Turner, while Kim will be Diana Ross. While they're on the phone, they decide to three-way Kim in to see if she bought her costume. When they call, Kim is too busy doing her nails to pick up the phone, so she lets it go to voicemail. Moesha thinks she's hung up, and she and Niecy proceed to make a joke about Kim's weight.
Do they make a Diana Ross costume in Kim's size?
But you know what? If they do, let's pray it's spandex.
Later, they show up at the den for the Halloween party in their costumes. Shortly after, Kim arrives, and her costume gets the attention of Hakeem.
Is that you? Man, you look good.
I know.
And the girls were surprised at her costume choice. They ask her about it, and Kim tells them that she decided to do something different and they should just deal with it. When she walks off, the girls ask Michael what's up, since they are oh so clueless about why Kim switched up on them. Now, Michael didn't want to say at first, but he eventually tells them why Kim is so upset.
She could have at least told her girls before she messed up the program.
Well, if her girls are really her girls, then maybe y'all will still have a program.
When Moesha tries to act clueless one too many times, he tells them what they needed to hear.
But somebody's got to set you two straight.
Michael, we don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe that's because you talk too much.
Now, they were on the sidelines looking stupid, while Kim was on the dance floor with her boo having a grand old time. And they were making up delusional scenarios in their head. Cause in what world would Kim actually be happy?
Look at her, dancing with her boyfriend, pretending to be the life of the party. She's pathetic.
They have enough of seeing her oh so miserable, and they try to talk to her, but it doesn't go well.
Excuse me, I'm dancing with my man. Why don't you dance with your man? Oops.
And of course, that doesn't work, so they go by the bar looking all sad at the mess that they've made. And Dale sees them looking down and questions them. After they tell her what happened between them and Kim, and Dale gets them together.
If you overheard your friends joking about your weight, what would you do?
I don't know, because my friends would never do anything like that. I'd have to question our friendship.
And it was only after Dale says this that they realized they needed to apologize to Kim. So later on, when Michael goes to powder his nose, the girls go over to Kim to talk. They try to shower her with unwanted compliments instead of leading with the apology that she deserves. They eventually tell her they're sorry for making fun of her weight. Kim brings up how she would never talk about them the way they talked about her, which makes Moesha and Niecy think about some things.
Just the other day, you were talking about how bougie Mo is since she started at Bridgewood. Well, see, I'd rather have these legs than your Heartbreak Hotel rap sheet.
It's here that they realize that they've all said something about each other a time or two, and they make up and everything is cool. At the end of the night, Kim wins for Best Costume, the girls celebrate, and that's the end of the episode. And here are my final thoughts. This episode was yet another time that Moesha, along with Niecy, made Kim the butt of their joke. I understand that girls can be catty and can very well say mean things from time to time. However, if that's your friend and you know that it's something that she's sensitive about, why would you always make that the go-to joke? And it wasn't like she started with them first. They joked on her unprovoked. And then when they found out why Kim was mad, they did everything before simply saying they were sorry. They interrupted her while she was dancing with her man, tried to give her unneeded compliments, went and sat by the bar. Child, everything but taking accountability. And Hakeem was too funny in this episode. He still thought Kim was worried about him, and then when he saw her costume and gave her a compliment, Michael shut that down quick. I loved his costume, by the way. But the funniest part of this episode to me was when the girls told on each other, telling what was said about the other. Niecy called Moesha's love life the Heartbreak Hotel. Child, we have to discuss Moesha's love life in a future video. But anyway, that's it for this episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time, you guys. Bye.